I just wanted to show you how to make a homemade Play-Doh, or as I call it, sculpture dough. It's really pretty easy. There are just a couple of ingredients that you need. You need 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of water, and 2 teaspoons of oil. And I'm just using what I have around the house. I'm going to start. I found these yogurt containers and they actually measure 1 cup. So I'm going to start by measuring out my dry ingredients. So I have my flour. I'm going to measure out 2 of these cups of flour. 1, 2. A little bit more. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, mine's not flowing very quickly. So you can use this sculpture dough for any of the projects that I'm going to show you. You can also use your Play-Doh if you have Model Magic at home. Anything pretty much that you have as far as a modeling compound. If you have modeling clay, that would work. This is just something that you can make if you don't have enough Play-Doh to work with or you want to make more. It's kind of a fun activity. It's a full container of salt, but it's not going very quickly. Okay, and you can see that I'm not measuring totally carefully. It's not quite the same as baking. All right. So the first direction is to mix all of your dry ingredients together. So I have my 2 cups of flour and my cup of salt. I'm doing this in a little mixing bowl. If you want it to be less messy, you could mix everything in a Ziploc bag and then you won't be getting stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'm just mixing it in. Okay, I have my pre-measured water. Actually, before I do the water, I'm going to put in the oil. I have some coconut oil. It had hardened, so I just warmed it up by putting the jar into some hot water so it's nice and liquid again. So I'm going to put in my 2 teaspoons of oil. Mix that in a little bit. And then I'm going to slowly pour in the water. Maybe a little bit at a time. And continue to mix that up. If you have lots of cuts on your hand, the salt may bother you. It's starting to mix a little bit. But it's pretty fun to mix this with your fingers. Right. Pretty gloppy. And I really, really, really want to mix it up. I want to make sure that I have all of that flour mixed in so that I don't have really sticky parts and really dry parts. I'm going to... Now, I don't have any food coloring. Usually I would use food coloring or liquid watercolors to color this. I don't happen to have either one of those at home, so I am going to keep mine white, or I guess it could be any flour that you use. If you use whole wheat flour, then it's going to be a different color. All right, so I'm just trying to get the last of that flour incorporated in there. If you find that your dough is really sticky, you can add in some more flour. If it's too dry, then you can add in a couple of drops of water in at a time. Okay, so I have a little flour left in there. I'm going to add just a little bit more flour because this is still a little sticky. Greta just came to join me in the kitchen. All right, so here I have my very quick, easy to make homemade Play-Doh. You want to keep this in a Ziploc bag or some other type of airtight container, just like you would any other type of Play-Doh. So just to mention, you don't want to eat this, A, because you're going to be playing with it with your hands, and so it's not going to be that clean, and B, there's a lot of salt in it, so I would imagine that it would not taste good. Okay, so there we go, homemade Play-Doh.